All right, we're going to watch Maggie's backstroke here above water just to kind of see a little bit different view of what we're seeing. So real quick, the first thing we can kind of see that wrist is a little bent. We want to make sure that wrist stays nice and straight, and you can kind of see that your arm is going out to the side here. We want that arm to be more straight up here, and that may be why we're not seeing the shoulders come up as high as we want to see. So if you get your shoulders up a little bit higher, you're going to have that arm pull just a little bit better. So make sure the above water recovery, wrist is straight, arm right with your arm, and your arm comes straight over the top. Here you can kind of see again, and we saw this on the underwater, you kind of see where you kind of cross over a little bit. Here's where the middle of your head is, and so you're a little bit over that angle. Make sure you keep those hands straight out to your side. Your left side is so good. Again, you can see that wrist bend, so when you're coming up, you want to make sure you're coming up with that thumb exit. You're going to come up with a wrist bend where it's a flat hand. Be careful of that. We want to make sure that thumb comes out all the way through. You can kind of see it never really does straighten out. So while you are entering with your pinky, that arm is much better. This left side is much better as far as straight up goes. But we want to see that wrist not be bent out to the side. Get that wrist straight up. Right here as you enter, your wrist is right in line where it needs to be. So you get that hand entry correct. And your left side, like we saw underwater, your left side hand entry is perfect. You can see your thumb is up. You can see that your pinkies are down. So you're going to be able to catch good water real quick. Kick out there looks great. I mean, you can see the nice steady white water coming from your feet all the way through. As you get right across, you can just see where that wrist is bent there a little bit on the exit. And here you can see it even more on your left hand, okay? So try to get those wrists a little bit more straight. As we go into our turn there, I think you could probably go one less stroke because as you can kind of see right here, you're really not getting much of a pull. Your hand enters and you really kind of start dunking your head almost right away. So get a little bit further away as your feet come over. Love the fact that you have your feet spread apart a little bit. That's hip width apart. Great. We always want to see that because that generates a lot more power and a lot more strength as you hit that wall. Good streamlines. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dolphin kicks. So here's where the flags are. So that's definitely a full 2 body lengths past those flags. I told you earlier I thought it was maybe 3, but above water at least it looks like it's about 2. That's great, Maggie. And again, with the first stroke here, you can see your head's broken the surface, your hand's broken the surface, and your hand over here, which is your left side, your hand is actually about halfway through that pull. So do start that breakout a little bit earlier so that once we're come up and once that head breaks that surface, that left hand or right hand, whichever hand you're starting your breakout, is already going and you're able to get a good, strong, fast tempo. All right? So it's just a little bit earlier, not much earlier. Great job, Maggie. Absolutely love the work you're doing. Keep it up.